Trump plots to pull out of NATO forum. Former President Donald Trump is reportedly discussing the possibility of withdrawing the United States from NATO if he's elected president again. The notion is being blasted by Democrats and endorsed by one of Trump's opponents for the Republican nomination. Trump has had private discussions about cutting ties with the transatlantic military alliance unless his demands are met. While president, Trump was openly hostile toward NATO, most often criticizing member countries that fall short of meeting the alliance's commitment of spending at least 2% of their gross domestic product on defense. After reportedly being talked out of withdrawing from NATO by advisors in his last term, Trump, who has a commanding lead in the polls for the GOP nomination, has made clear that he does not want NATO lovers in his senior positions in his second administration. He and his campaign advisors have been discussing how to wind down American involvement so that the U.S. assumes only a standby position in the alliance, the report said. Trump, however, has indicated he might not seek to remove the U.S. from NATO if other countries steeply increase their defense funding and there is a re-evaluation of the alliance's bedrock principle that an armed attack against one or more member nations shall be considered an attack against them all. The re-election campaign for President Joe Biden quickly attacked Trump over the report. Donald Trump's threats to weaken NATO and side with Vladimir Putin undermine America's strength on the global stage and threaten our national security, campaign spokesman Amar Moussa said in a statement. As president, Donald Trump spent 4 years cozying up to dictators and making our country less safe. The idea that he would abandon our allies if he doesn't get his way underscores what we already know to be true about Donald Trump: the only person he cares about is himself. And it's exactly why Donald Trump shouldn't be allowed anywhere near the Oval Office. Netizen 1. I think Putin was full on going to invade Ukraine a lot sooner than he did, like during Trump's term. But COVID hit and he decided to wait. After Trump lost the re-election and the whole J6 bullshit, he said fuck it and did it anyway. Netizen 2. You never read anything about Trump without thinking about that smart aleck, spoiled rotten kid that used to live next door to every one of us. Netizen 3. He could threaten to start a nuclear war and not lose support from his cult. Netizen 4. And that right there is the main reason both China and Russia prefer a Trump administration.